What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about the traditional Norwegian meal, Fårikål. I've heard of Fårikål. I'm going to look it up one more time just to refresh myself because this is one of the things I am least familiar with in Norway. I know it's a traditional food. Fårikål is a traditional Norwegian dish considered by many to be the country's national dish. Considered by many, so is it the national dish or... Anyway, it consists of mutton with bone, cabbage, black pepper, maybe wheat flour, cooked for hours in a casserole. Yeah, I think I've heard of this or seen it in a video before. The whole cabbage thing, the bone thing, mutton, these are all things that are not American. So they put up my alarm bells, to say the least. But, oh, look at this. Where does Fårikål come from? In 1927, it was named Norway's national dish. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, only 45% of people think that now. Okay, interesting. Anyway, this person here is not a Norwegian, like me. And he is going to attempt to make Fårikål and eat it. So, as someone who has never eaten it or made it or seen it be made, I thought this would be perfect for me to get a much better idea of what goes into this dish and how it's made, what it's made from. And it just should be interesting because this is the kind of stuff that really I'm not used to. These are some of the biggest differences for me between America and Norway is some of the food things. So this should be entertaining.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is kind of a special day for me because I'm trying a brand new food to me, which is actually a very traditional food to the area, and that is called Fårikål.
Fårikål. Fårikål. Fårikål. Okay. Is that what these little accent marks above these things, above the A, and there's a little, I forget what that's called. Anyway.
Fårikål basically stands for sheep in or with cabbage, and that's literally what it is. It is.
Yeah, that's another thing is we don't eat sheep or lamb in the United States, so I don't even know what that really tastes like. Is this food, Fårikål, common? Like, when do you eat this in Norway? That's my question. Do you make this on a special occasion? Or do you make it like on a random Tuesday because you feel like it? Or...
Is cabbage, a layer of a sheep or mutton, I guess people would call it, but sheep and cabbage and some peppercorns, a little bit of salt, and then another layer. It's kind of like a sheep and cabbage lasagna in a pot. So yeah, it's very, very traditional. And as a matter of fact, this past Thursday is the unofficial Fårikål dagen, and that is pretty much where everybody around here will make it, I guess, or celebrate the day. But because
there's a special day where you make this, apparently, at least where he is. That's kind of fun. I feel like if I was presented with like a traditional, well-made Norwegian Fårikål, I would taste it. I wouldn't be rude. Plus, it's probably good, probably.
Because I worked and, just wasn't the great day for that, and we're having company over tonight, we decided to make this, and I'll show you. My wife already kind of went ahead and did it. I was going to do a little show about cutting it up and stuff, but you guys know what cutting food looks like, so unfortunately I didn't get to do that, but you can use your imaginations, but I will show you what it looks like in the cooking process.
Okay.
So here it is, doing its boiling. This
is another thing that, there's not a huge amount of stew making and this kind of stuff. This is very, very, very rare to cook things like this. For me, especially. I mean, people who are good at cooking in America probably do more of this kind of slow cooking stuff, but this is extra different for me.
Figured it's probably nothing exciting to see, but it's a bunch of cabbage. There's, right here in the middle there is a little bit of the lamb and some peppercorns. And it's just on a slow simmer. Close it up so we don't lose too much heat.
Okay.
So
Everything looked really, like, chunky. Like, everything is in giant pieces. How are you supposed to eat this if it's in gigantic pieces? I have a lot of questions about this.
it's just on a slow simmer, and it'll cook like that for several hours. I think it's at least 2 hours on the recipe, so it'll get really nice and soft, and hopefully
Oh.
tasty. I'm sure it's good. It's very popular here. Of course, we're gonna cook up some potatoes because you can't have a traditional Norwegian meal without some potatoes alongside.
I think that's the thing I like most about Norwegian food, is Norwegians like potatoes. I like potatoes, I love potatoes. I could survive in Norway on potatoes and nothing else.
And yeah, hopefully it's good. We're gonna have company over, so I'm gonna ask them if they will give me the official "is it good or not." I guess my wife made it, so I didn't make it. So it'll pass a traditional Norway chef type of approval. But anyways,
Okay.
yeah. So maybe you'll get to see them. I'm obviously gonna have to do a split, so the next few seconds after this, you will be seeing several hours later, and that'll be that. We'll give the impression and record of
Okay.
my first bite, I guess, if that's interesting to you
Okay, so he has never had it either, so that's good. Can get his first impression at least.
guys. You can continue watching and see that and see what I think about it. So that'll be coming after this. All right, so it's been 2 hours now, and this is how it looks.
Okay.
Should be good. We're gonna give it a try now. Okay, so here we go. This is what it looks like plated up.
Oh, so you just have to like cut it up. It's not like a stew. It's you take it out and eat it as like lumps of lamb and mutton and cabbage and what, get a little bite of each or
And my first try. Actually, my first time making a video with guests here, so this is a little weird for me.
Okay.
A little bit of meat, a little bit of cabbage.
So he is mixing it together.
Var det första gången då?
I I feel like I'm intruding on something here. I feel feel like I'm sitting on his kitchen table watching him and his friends eat. I feel like I'm intruding, but he can't see me, so it's okay. Plus, you know, his wife made this, and his wife is sitting right next to him. So there's no way he's gonna say that this is bad. He has to say that it's delicious.
That's good.
Ja, det är gott.
Yeah.
Väldigt.
Du var på med det.
It's good. It's good. It's not over salted or anything. Did well, I guess. I don't know if it's perfect, but would you like to show my visitors or my viewers what you think?
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Perfect?
Ja.
Yeah.
Ja.
So that's Fårikål, Western Norway tradition. Now I guess all over Norway, but yeah. So that was that. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know a little strange video, short and simple, but that's what I'm gonna try to make them now. So hopefully you enjoy that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and thumbs up and all that fun stuff. And until next time, ha det bra.
Okay. That was interesting. That was very interesting. Let me go back and look at the fårikål. So you can have it with potatoes, and it seems like there's like a broth, like that gets kind of mixed in with everything because you were cooking it for hours in that stew. Okay. When I look at it like this, I was a little skeptical before, like that this would be disgusting for me. This looks okay. I don't think I've ever had cabbage, but I'm sure that's fine. And meat is always good, and I like potatoes, so. As far as Norwegian food goes, the fårikål is probably, the fårikål is probably something that I'd be like totally fine eating. Are there any comments here, by the way? Usually there's some fun comments. Fårikål is actually Norway's national dish, right? Interesting. Oh, never seen it made that way. Here we make it more soup soup-ish, like a soup. I suppose I would call it, with more liquid, as well as the meats being cut up in smaller pieces. You know, I was wondering about that. I was thinking, like, the meat is in such a big piece, and it looked like it was going to be a stew. So, did they cook it correctly? Or, I don't want to say that they did a bad job, but, is it usually cut in and cooked in smaller pieces, and then it's more like a soup, where you can, like, take a ladle or spoon and take and put it in a bowl and eat it? This is like, just, you might as well have not even cooked it together. Everything is separated and in big pieces. I don't want to criticize his Fårikål too much, but the comments might shed some light on this. Looks great, man. We had Fårikål a few weeks ago. We make it more soup-like. Yeah, so I think it's supposed to be more soup-like. Okay, fair enough. Never eat Fårikål the same day you cook it. Wait for the next day. Reheat? Really? Is that just this guy's opinion? Is this true? I don't know. Okay. Worth a shot. Fårikål is a very complete nutrition for humans, especially if the bone dissolves during cooking. Oh yeah, there's supposed to be bone. Did they have bone in theirs? Yeah, if the bone dissolved, that'd be good, because I don't want to accidentally bite a bone or anything. I almost never eat anything in the United States that is cooked with a bone or has a bone in it, to be honest. There are many ways how different people make variations of this dish. I'll give you my best tips. Okay. Sear the meats before cooking. The dish gets better the longer it cooks. I believe that. Stuff does get better the longer you cook it. Meat, in particular. Cook the dish the day before. Oh! Fårikål gets better over time. Wow, so this guy agrees. Really? You need to wait a whole day? Man, what if you're hungry? The last tip is it works great with chili or jalapenos. Oh, wow. Well, spicy Fårikål. Cool. I like to add rutabaga, carrot, garlic. Yeah, it did seem extremely simple the way he has it. This just looks like very plain and simple. But maybe it's like, I don't know. Maybe that'd be a good way for me to have it at first, like the simple version, so I can just like relax and be okay. It's very tasty. I'm Canadian. It's very tasty. Can you put the potatoes in and boil them together? Definitely separate. Oh, okay. Should have cooked it longer. Okay. Man, a lot of tips here. I'm sure the Norwegians are much more aware, because I imagine this is like a Norwegian family tradition. Like, you grow up in Norway, your family, your mother or father cooks this dish in a certain way, you're used to it, and this is kind of their take on it. But it'd also be interesting maybe to watch another video about like a very traditional Norwegian-made Fårikål by like a Norwegian family. But I liked this. This related to me a little more, because this was an American trying to make it, and I'm American, so I kind of understand the struggle and the newness of it. And for that, I enjoyed this. This gave me a lot better idea about this whole Fårikål thing. I had heard about it in previous videos, but never seen it made or quite what it looks like this. Apparently, you can make it a bit different, like a soup. But anyway, this was a nice little, this was a fun video to watch nonetheless. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this reaction, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. Oh, by the way, this is by Amerinorge. I like to point out who made it, and I liked it. I liked the video. Yeah, that was by Amerinorge. It was a good video. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norwegian culture, stuff in Norway that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. Until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.